All right, guys, thank you for coming back again, winning with blends. Let's get into some multi-effects. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about the MultiFX plugin or module, however you want to call it, the effect, right? And we're going to talk about all of the different parameters for the X and Y axes right here, as well as the LFO, and all of the different settings from reverb to low pass filter, high pass filter, flanger, phaser, panner, vocal or Vox effects, and all. So as usual, guys, drop a comment. If you got a comment, hopefully you do. I would love to hear some feedback, and check out the description because as usual, I've got a lot of cool links there and some special things for you as well. Join the Discord and all the good stuff. Let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, I got this rhythm here. Pretty simple song, instrumental type of idea going. And what I want to talk about is a couple of different things. Of course, we're going to dive into all these things. I want to talk about each of the parameters. So let's just actually go in one by one. So what I did was, first of all, creating a MultiFX, auxiliary channel. You can always just go to your individual sounds, and of course you can just add a module, and of course you can just choose MultiFX just like that. And you could go to the defaults, the presets, and go through, and of course you can create your own presets. Great, that's always an option. But for now, what we're going to do today is we're not going to do like that. What we're going to do rather is I've created two separate channels, MultiFX 1 and MultiFX 2, okay? And I've got this sound and this sound, each sent, as you see right here, sent to MultiFX. Let me take it off of the master. And this one as well, set to MultiFX, and the master is off, as you see. So let me solo these two. These two sounds are coming straight through the MultiFX processor exclusively, okay? So they're not going to the master to be processed in any way, essentially. So yes and no, because the master is going, the MultiFX channel is of course going to the master, but we're not doing necessarily any parallel processing for this particular, let's say, demo, okay? So let's look at these sounds, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So for now, let's deal with this one. Okay, we'll deal with this one first. So let's solo this, why not? Okay, and let's go to MultiFX. Of course, you could just tap that and it will take you straight to MultiFX. Now, there are a few major things I want to talk about. First of all, of course, you can go to delay, reverb, all of these settings that you see. Starting with delay, the X and Y, there are different kinds, right? So there are 8 different effects to choose from, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The delay / echo for X is the feedback amount or the echo strength, and the Y is for the echo filter, as you see, feedback and echo. So let's just adjust this. Let's see. Okay. Now, the lovely thing is that we can dive in to the LFO rate. So watch this. I got this all the way to the max. So the maximum strength of this delay or echo or the feedback and filter is pretty much maxed out. So you're going to hear all the frequencies. But if we lower this, look at that. The length, now the length is becoming more maxed out, but the filter's coming down. Let's go. Let's check this out. Let me add this one back in. Again, they're both being sent to this channel, okay? Let's go back here. And let's increase the LFO amount. Okay? So increasing the LFO amount, let's see, push this up. This LFO amount will essentially multiply. It's an LFO multiplier from 0 to 100% at the top. Okay. Let's go all the way to the left. And the beautiful thing is that the LFO rate is going to, for low frequency automation speed, so choose from 1/4 bar to 8 bars, as you see. well, 4 bars, I guess now. Okay. And of course, the LFO shape, we can change the LFO waveform from square, sine to saw, right? Let's check this out. Okay, let's also go to reverb now, and let me add the bass back in. Just add a little bass out there. Okay, add a little bass, 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 bass. Let's go, bass. Okay, so adding reverb. So now with reverb, what you have is, of course, the x-axis is for feedback, and the y is for the wet level or the reverb amount. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Let's turn this down a bit to maybe beat. Watch this. Do you guys hear that amount of reverb? Let's bring it down. Top left, top right. Much more feedback. Okay. As I adjust that decay, right, you hear that the feedback amount is lower. But if I go all the way to the right, and if I bring it down, filter is lower, but the feedback is still high. Okay, again, so the X and Y axes can work with the, it's pretty simple to work with, of course. It's a nice touch interface depending on what you're using, whether it's a mouse or fingers, whatever way. Of course, this can be automated. That's another beautiful thing, simply by clicking record and moving this around as you want. And we'll dive into that in future for rhythmic effects. Let's go to the low pass filter. So here we go. For the low pass filter, for the X axis, what we're going to get is the low pass filter cutoff, and then Y is going to be the resonance. Hear that? And of course we can adjust the beat. Let's change this to saw, so it's not so harsh. If we do square, it's going to be cut, in and out, in and out. Let's go to saw. Okay. Right, and of course we can adjust the beat. If we want it to happen more rapidly, we can lower the LFO amount, so it's not so drastic. See if I put it up, very drastic. Bring it down, make it more smooth. Right, let's go to the high pass filter. So we're going, of course, the high pass filter cutoff and resonance, same, very similar to low pass. Nice. Let's put this to saw. Very choppy, right? Especially if I click the put the LFO amount up, it's going to be very choppy. Bring it down. See if we can smooth it out a little bit. Okay. Nice. And let's go to flanger. Okay, so for the flanger, you're going to get, of course, the depth as well as the feedback. So the x-axis is going to give you the feedback, and the y-axis is going to give you, sorry, the x is going to give you the depth, and the y is going to give you feedback. Okay. Okay, and again, we can record this automation, which I love. Let's go on to the phaser. Similar situation, we're looking at depth as well as feedback. Let me put this back to sine. Okay, let's lower this LFO so it's a little smoother. It's kind of cool, no? It's kind of wobbly. Let's put some more sounds in there. Let's put some drums in. Okay, now let's get to the panner. Now the panner, for the x-axis, you're going to get the left and right position, right? Let's maximize this, and let's shorten this a little bit. Let's put this to half. Okay. The x-axis is going to give you the left or the right pan, and the y-axis is going to give you the binaural effect level, up and down. Okay. Let's put this to square so it's more drastic, if I can put it like that. And I'll drop the drums and the bass. I'll keep the drums on, but I'll drop the bass and put this back on. Lots of wide panning. Okay. Let's lower this amount. Okay. And now finally here for the X axis, or for the Vox filter, X is a special format filter that stimulates vowel sounds A, E, I, O, U. And Y is that throat size of the human voice. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. And let's try this with a saw. A little smoother than a square. I like that. Let's add the bass back in. Beautiful thing is we can always come here and we can lower the overall mix. The other thing we can do is, if we wanted the raw sounds in there, we could put these into the master, but lower how much is being sent to the mixer, the MultiFX channel, right? So we can drop these, but also have it sent to the master. So now we're parallel processing, right? We'll definitely get into more parallel processing in the future, as always, okay? Guys, if it's your first time to the channel, of course, like I said before, do hit the subscribe button and also like the video if you're feeling what we're doing. Dive into the MultiFX, because if you're trying to get into rhythmic effects, this is definitely one of the best ways to do so. So guys, I hope this was a pretty informative update, informative video. There's always, first of all, one major thing I have to say is to simply just explore. I think the best way to do this is to always explore your, get your own personal experience by trying stuff. Sometimes you have to break stuff to find some new, listen to that. That's intense. So let me turn this down, but also drop this down as well, right? Drop this down as well. Okay, so I hope you guys can found this informative, but you also are able to use these functions for your own mixes and your own tracks. Join the Discord. Let me know what you're making. I would love to hear, see, watch, observe, enjoy whatever you guys are bringing. I want to enjoy. I want to destroy whatever you can employ. What am I talking about? Oh boy, oh boy. Take it easy, guys. All the best to you. Winning with blends. All right. Until next time. All right. Until next time. Take it easy.